What's going on, people, and welcome to Man Knows Football. You are here with Guni for the first pre-recorded video in a very long time. I do believe it was either the end of 2021 or early 2022 when I last did a pre-record, but here we are. I thought I'm going to bring these back on the days where I don't really have much time throughout the day and I don't really just want to have nothing on the channel. So here we are. The pre-records will be coming back once in a while, but I will be continuing with the lives. I do enjoy those very much, and also interacting with the guests that we do have here on the show. Big up all of the guests. But before I forget, make sure you do smash that subscribe button if you are new. Hit the like button as well and leave your thoughts down there in the comments. We are on the road to 10k. I believe we're like 2.5k away, so we're not that far off. Help me make that happen and smash the subscribe and share the channel, all of that stuff. And one final plug before we do get into the video. Back again. You will see Guni under the influence of rum. That result yesterday did hurt me very much. And the fact that I had to watch it with Troops and Zar on a watch-along before Spectrum Internet decided to work on the internet in the area, cut it off. I did have to enjoy that horror show. Well, enjoy. I didn't mean to say enjoy. I meant to say endure that horror show with Troops and Zar, who were absolutely loving it. So definitely go and watch that. Some alcohol fueled rages in there. I'm sure you lot are going to enjoy it. And whoops, there's me moving the camera. My bad, people. But let's get into yesterday's game. Chelsea 2, Arsenal 4. And you can see the lineups. And there's only one talking point for me that I'm going to discuss. In fact, two talking positions that I'm going to discuss. One is our defence. The second one will be our centre forward in Romelu Lukaku. Let's start off with that defence. Andreas Christensen as the central centre-back. Reece James, right centre-back. Malang Sarr, left centre-back. Wing-backs, Azpilicueta, right wing-back. Marcus Alonso, left wing-back. As soon as I saw this lineup, I'm not going to lie to you guys, my heart sunk. My heart absolutely sunk. I had no faith in that lineup. All the seniors, like between the two seniors in our squad that have marshalled that defence all season long, were not in that lineup. You have Azpilicueta at right wing back and Reece James at right centre back. Never made sense to me. And then you've got Malang Sarr in the lineup, whose last game against Plymouth or whoever it was, no disrespect, one of the lower league table teams, got absolutely rinsed. And I was thinking, you're going to do this against Arsenal, a wounded animal that have just lost their last 3 games. We'll see. And as soon as that whistle went off, it was just a circus. I can't even say Arsenal were at their tip-top best because they weren't, and they didn't have to be, which was the most shocking thing about it. It was absolutely comical stuff. Absolutely comical stuff. We could not retain possession. At the back, we're at 6s and 7s. The amount of gaps that we had in between our defenders was shocking. Marcus Alonso on that left side was getting rinsed. Arteta noticed, he smelt, he said that left side, Marcus Alonso can't defend, Malang Sarr is sus, that's where we're going to go down. Lo and behold, you got man like Saka just terrorising Alonso and getting in behind. Why? Because Malang Sarr, with his lack of ability, and I mean that in a respectful way, he's not a world-class defender. I don't think he ever will be. He doesn't have, or not, he's not even like, he's just a bang average defender. I don't think he's anything better than that. So his positional awareness, his ability to back up his teammate ain't always there. Left so much space in behind Marcus Alonso, which means there's space for Saka, Smith Rowe, Odegaard, whoever it was there, to exploit that. And they did that very well. But you would think that's where the first goal would come from. In typical Chelsea fashion, absolutely not. Another unforced error. This time, Andreas Christensen is being pressed by Eddie Nketiah and has the simple option to play a pass back to Edouard Mendy. But what does he do? Yes, he goes to play the pass back to Edouard Mendy, but it is softer than baby piss. Absolute soft. The softest pass you've ever seen is basically an assist for Eddie Nketiah. Literally, it was worse than when Edouard Mendy made that pass to Rudiger against Brentford that got him caught out. It was worse than that. It was worse than that. And again, why do we have to be the gift that keep on giving? All Christensen had to do was make a firm pass back to the goalkeeper and it would have still been 0-0 at that point. But no, Chelsea fashion, unforced error, we gift Eddie Nketiah, who, by the way, hasn't scored a goal in, I believe, over 365 calendar days, not even a season. That was his first Premier League goal all season. And Christensen just gave it to him. That was strike one for me. Poor. 1-0. Obviously, that 1-0 lead doesn't last very long. Timo Werner does decide to use some initiative outside the box. He does decide to try his luck. Takes a shot. Takes a horrible deflection for Ramsdale to try and follow. And fortunately for us, it goes in. 1-1. We are back in the game. Absolutely back in the game. We got the opportunity to say, do you know what? We've had our early scare. Let's pick up from this and make sure we can go ahead. Wrong. 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 Emil Smith-Rowe with a lovely finesse goal into the bottom corner. It felt like it rolled slower than a flipping tortoise in a race, bruv. It was so slow and it just crawled straight in there. Good finish from him, not taking nothing away from the kid. But again, defensive shape was like 6s and 7s. That whole centre-back trio, the whole defence, the whole shape was a mess. Absolute mess, absolute mess. 2-1. Again, we're going to have to come from behind. Half-time is approaching. It's not looking good. I'm thinking we're not really going to get any goals from anywhere. But, lo and behold, Mason Mount, the creator, plays a pass over to Azpilicueta, who slots in and makes it 2-2. Now, for real, I'm shouting up and down the place. Troops and Czar, they've got their heads down. They're thinking, okay, this is going to be it. Back to life, back to reality. I'm getting gassed. Going into that half-time, I'm like, yes, Tuchel, he's seen that this is not working. He's going to make some changes. He's going to move Azpilicueta into right centre-back and Reece James into his natural position. Yeah? And I've got to say something about that. One of our biggest creators, one of our biggest goal threats in this team is Reece James. Yet you decide to play him at right centre-back and Azpilicueta at right wing-back for about 75 minutes in the game. He changed it up later on, but it was too little too late, as you can see from the result. So, we're going into that second half. Arsenal again take the lead on 57 minutes this time, just 12 minutes after the half has been kicked off. And guess who scores his second goal of the game and of the season? That's right, Eddie Nketiah. And this time, he's run off to the flag and he's decided to top up his phone and put credit on it and take the absolute piss out of us. Eddie Nketiah is running riot at Stamford Bridge. Yes, a sentence I never thought I'd hear anywhere, let alone Stamford Bridge. I wouldn't expect him to do it at Carrow Road. I wouldn't even expect him to do it, I don't know, but somewhere that ain't Chelsea, bruv. But, yep, he decided to have the game of his life at Chelsea. Why? Because we're the gift that keep on giving. 3-2. And from there, the football is absolutely poor. Thomas Tuchel does try and change it up. He brings off Lukaku, who, by the way, had an absolute stinker. Am I entirely going to blame him? No, I'm not. Because, listen, if he's not getting the ball, if he's forced to play with his back to goal all the time, and you know that's not his best position, then, boy, what do you expect? Stinkers. And also, as well, he's coming back from injury, so we can't be too harsh from him. So why start him? Why start him? Yes, I get Havertz was needed to be rested and this and that, but boy, Lukaku on his best day when he's fully fit still ain't really providing much up top. And this is Arsenal. This is a game that us fans don't want to lose. Thomas Tuchel in his lineup sometimes reflects that he doesn't fully respect teams like the way he should. And I felt he done it again today. The other time he done it was against Brentford. And I felt he's done it again today against Arsenal, and he's had to pay the price. But, yeah, the football's diabolical. The defending is poor. Again, gaps are just being left. We're just being cut open, penetrated by Arsenal Football Club at Stamford Bridge. We're not doing the same going forward. Our shape is just mishmash all over the place. We can't keep a shape. We can barely string passes together. Really and truly, the goals that we scored were mainly off Arsenal's making, to be honest with you. Sloppy defending from Arsenal that led to those 2 goals. But, again, for the third time, Chelsea decide to, because, oh no, I've gone over the third goal. Arsenal already 3-2 up. Eddie Nketiah's already made the phone call. Now, we're going to move forward onto Saka with that penalty, which should have never ever been a penalty. But what I will say is this: Saka, you got what you were going for. Well done. You sold the referee. You got your penalty. It is what it is. If the shoe was on the other foot, yeah, I'd be like, wait, that was mad cheeky. But at the end of the day, we get the penalty, 3 points, we're out of here, bruv. I'm not going to be a hypocrite. Yeah, so the performance was poor, and in my opinion, Arsenal getting a penalty in that nature on a normal day shouldn't have mattered, because it should have been 4-1 to Chelsea if he had scored that penalty. That's my expectation of Chelsea Football Club. But very dubious. Saka was indeed holding on to Azpilicueta's arm, making it look like he was pulling him. And when the referee did get closer to the action, threw himself on the ground. And the referee completely bought it, absolutely bought it. Went to VAR. Don't know how he didn't see that Saka was playing him, but the penalty was given. 4-2, that's all she wrote. It's done. But at this point, I'm just like, well, in real time, the internet had cut off by 3-2. As you could see on the back again stream, I had to come off, so I didn't even finish the game. But today, this morning, I got the courage to watch the game. Hence why you see man drinking rum on back again, because I was really pissed off after having to put myself through it again. You know what I'm saying? But it was just shocking. It was absolutely shocking. We could not create anything. We could not create anything. It was only until Tuchel made the change to bring Kai Havertz on and move Reece James into that right wing back position, where we started to see opportunities really starting to create themselves, which beggars the question, if Havertz is not starting the game, understandable. But at least play Reece James as that right wing back. Malang Sarr, in my opinion, had a horrible game. And to partner Marcos Alonso on that left side was absolute suicide. And I'm pretty sure Arteta was licking his lips. They all were when they saw that. Timo Werner, Marcos Alonso on that left channel, yeah, is bad enough. Then to add Malang Sarr to back up Marcos Alonso is asking for disaster. And that's where Arsenal targeted, and that's where they got most of their joy. I'm not going to lie to you. The problem is Malang Sarr, he's not the quality that we need at Chelsea Football Club. He's not. He's bang average. We signed him on a free or however cheap we got him for, and we sell him on for profit. Same what we're supposed to do with Barkley, but Marina, she doesn't do these things. I don't know why, but she doesn't want to do these things. But listen, you lot are going to be surprised when I say this, but I'm not even going to blame the players. I'll be completely honest with you, because that selection shouldn't have happened in the first place. Absolutely shouldn't have happened in the first place. The back line, to experiment with it like that against a team like Arsenal, who are a wounded animal, and regardless of their last 3 results, they've got decent players that can hurt us. That can hurt us. And remember, they left Martinelli on the bench and started Eddie Nketiah. They still got 2 goals. Could you imagine if Martinelli started that game, what the score would have been? Because I'm convinced it would have been more. Thomas Tuchel needs to respect teams and understand this is the Prem. This is not Ligue 1. This is not the Bundesliga, where certain games you can say, all right, cool, 3 off the bounce, we'll go there, give them 4. Like, you got to show these men respect, and today you didn't. You played Malang Sarr when Trevor Chalobah was sitting down on that bench. What does he have to do to start ahead of Sarr? Sarr put in a diabolical performance against the team that was either in League 1 or the Championship. No disrespect to that team, but he was getting cooked. And you decide the game to bring him back for is against Arsenal at Stamford Bridge when they're wounded like this. That's bad. That's a bad decision for me. Honestly, it's a bad decision for me. I believe Trevor Chalobah should have started that game. Christian said I'm not really going to blame him too much for, because again, he's one of the senior players. He's got the experience and he should know better. And it was a mistake. Listen, as angry as I am, it was a genuine mistake. And Reece James at right centre-back for me was unforgivable. Yes, it worked against Real Madrid. Absolutely, it did. But my thing is that we can't... I don't think we should keep looking to Reece James playing that position when we are scarce in goals and creativity, and he is our best creator and one of the best goal scorers in our team. Keep him in his original position. That would have... When that happened, you could see the link-up on that right side in Arsenal's third was way better. Way better. But it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. It was too much sideways, backwards, passing, sideways, backwards. It reminded me of stuff that I saw under Sarri. Just like where there's no sort of creativity. It's just give the ball to someone else, give the ball to move the ball, just playing in front of the defense. It was just horrible to watch. And I feel so sorry for Lukaku, man, because he is a victim of terrible scouting. Terrible scouting. He does not suit this team. He needs to go. He offered nothing today. It wasn't really his fault. I'm being a bit harsh. A couple of decent hold-up moments and trying to play off, Timo Werner and Mason Mount. But again, not really enough to influence the game that he really should have. This is a player that we was looking at the beginning of the season to get 20, 25 goals, possibly 30 goals. But it hasn't worked. And it's poor. But listen, Arsenal, I'll say this. Hand on heart, I'll say this. I don't think they were at their best yesterday. Absolutely not. But fair play to them and fair play to their youngsters to come over to the bridge again and get a result. They did what they needed to do. Their backs were against the wall. They got a top 4 race and we decided to take these man lightly. No, this is a team that they've got something to play for. We're not supposed to get sucked into this top 4 race. Do I think that's what's going to happen? I don't think so. I think we bounce back against... Yesterday I said we'll lose. Under the influence of Ram, I said if they score first, we'll lose 4-2. If we score first, we'll win 2-0. I think we will score first and we'll win the game, but I'm still very, very, very worried about Chelsea's form, and I'm so happy that the FA Cup is a mile away from now, because if we were facing Liverpool this weekend, I'd seriously be shitting bricks. I'm not going to lie to you. But, yeah, let me know what you think about, what you thought about yesterday's game. I'm still very, very much disappointed. You can see I'm back again. I was pretty pissed off. I really feel like the manager let himself down today. I feel like the respect for Arsenal wasn't really shown too much. I just felt things didn't work. Felt N'Golo Kante again didn't really cover himself in glory, losing the ball. 1 or 2 good things in terms of breaking up possession and winning the ball back, but just really not doing enough for me, man. We're not seeing the old Kante no more. And I'm putting this down to Chelsea Football Club. You've run him down to the ground. You've absolutely run him down to the ground, and this is the result of it. Loftus-Cheek, can he do it all on his own? Absolutely not. Did he have a great game? Not really. Mason Mount, I felt, was all right. Timo Werner, I felt, had a decent game as well. Was absolutely frying Ben White on that right-hand side. Absolutely frying him, by the way. So big up Timo Werner, who got an effort, got a goal as well in the game. But honestly, it was just diabolical, bruv. All round, it was diabolical. Tactically, it was a mess. Team selection, it was a mess. There was no fight. There was no, like, incentive of, you know, this is a London derby. And also as well, our captain decides to show himself up and argue with fans. I believe, I don't know how official this is. Allegedly, the fan said, you're the captain, where was the fight in this team? And Azpilicueta started going off on him. For me, I feel that's wrong. As captain, you take responsibility for the shit performances that you put in, because you know yourself, we should have never been losing that game 4-2 at home to Stamford Bridge. In my opinion, you got to suck that one up, go to the changing room and relay your frustration to the rest of the team and let them know this is what the fans are saying to your captain. And I've got to tell you, that's the proper way to deal with that. Not to be having a go in public at one of the fans. Love Azpilicueta, but he dropped the ball there massively. But yeah, I'm pretty disappointed at that result. I'm not going to lie to you. The only silver lining in this cloud is that you know, we still got a game in hand to play, and we still have very winnable games from now until the end of the season. We don't have to be sucked into the top 4 race. But as you can see for yourself, this manager, he is the right man for the job, 100%. Like I said, I back him fully, 100%. Don't want to see him go nowhere. But he can be his own worst enemy sometimes. I'm not going to lie to you. Tuchel, he's got to learn to respect teams going forward. Yes, I know team selection can be a headache sometimes, but today I felt it was preventable. But listen, we move. I'm tired of talking about this game. I just want to put this behind me. Make sure you smash up that like button, subscribe as well. Leave your thoughts down there in the comments. And yeah, man, I will be seeing you most probably this weekend. I will be doing a watch along on the channel for the Chelsea versus West Ham game. Hopefully we can bounce back and get a result. No more sad times, no more bad times, you get me. But wherever you are, whatever you're doing, make sure you do stay safe and you subscribe to this channel. Get me? Let's get to 10K. I know that. Yeah? Let's do that. Don't let me down like Thomas Tuchel did. You don't know, but till next time, man. Bless.